You love it. You're good at it. You have experience in it. Teach it online to monetize your skills. Learn anything, anywhere, anytime, and pay what you want. Register at gurukul.online.
Namaste and good evening. This is Ryan Shrestha from the Ryan Shrestha Show. It's the show about things that matter. Today, I have a very special guest. Actually, this is the first time I'm interviewing a real celebrity from Nepal, who is Captain Vijay Lama. I think he needs no introduction to the audience in Nepal, but for those who are in Australia, I would like to tell you a bit about him. He's a man of multi talent. He's achieved so much in his life we can only dream about achieving. First of all, he's a captain who flies jumbo jets for Nepal Airlines, and he's an actor, he's a singer, he's a social activist, he's a celebrity, he's a media personality, and he's also an aspiring political leader. So today we're going to talk to him about his past life, his future visions, his involvement in the charity, and his interest in politics. So let me welcome Captain Vijay Lama to my show. Welcome to my show.
Thank you very much, Ryan. It's a pleasure to be on board with you on your show.
So Vijay, let me first, ask you something about what's happening in your life at the moment, because I see you've been very active doing a lot of charity work through Nyanapan. I see a lot of your vlogs on YouTube. You're running around with sacks of rice on your back, getting your hands dirty, helping people. So how do you, make time to do all these things while you're also working as a senior captain for Nepal Airlines?
It's very simple. It's all my passion. You have to be passionate, Ryan. Unless and until you are passionate about the things that you do in life, you cannot manage. So the management only comes in, it's highlighted when you start realizing that that's a passion. I'm
Yeah.
not working for the sake of working. I'm not doing all this charity work for the sake of doing charity work. And at the same time, I'm not doing it for fame or money or a name. I do
Yeah.
it because I'm so passionate about it. There's a saying, like, if you are doing something that you like, you don't know when the time passes by also. But if you don't like what you're doing, then that's going to take ages for you to come. Just like during our school days, our college days, when it came to our homework or when it came to our subject matters that we had to deal with, or in the classes also, if you didn't like those classes, it would take ages for you to finish off that period, right? But
Yeah.
if you went into any practical classes for chemistry, most people like chemistry practical classes. We could experiment a lot. Otherwise,
Right.
maybe in biology, when you go into this animal dissections and all, frog dissection, things like that, you start enjoying things. And when you enjoy, you're never working. You're never
Yeah,
working.
exactly.
If you ask me, I'm never working. I'm not. I'm never involved in any charity because it's just automatically part of my system. It's just like eating food. You're
Yeah.
hungry. The hunger to move your system ahead gives you all those energy, and I get energized. And I take a lot of energy from younger generation like you all. And I
Yeah.
don't like to call myself I'm old, I'm above the hill. No, you're never above the hill until the day you die. You know.
Right. Exactly.
So until that,
I think
you're always climbing.
yes. I feel that you're not the kind of person who retires. You are the kind of person who expires. So probably you'll be working until you are like 80, 85, 90. Even look at your dad. He looks so. I saw you on the hashtag TMM so by Deepak Bhattacharya with your dad, and he looks so active
Yeah,
as well, right? Yeah.
he
So
is. He's active. He's naughty. He's cocky, but he's
yeah.
good. He's my bow.
Okay. And it seems like he's more of your friend than a father.
Yeah, I make that happen. I make that
Yeah.
happen. Actually, he's a very tough guy. He's not like this with his other sons and daughter. It's only with me
Right.
because I don't give him that space to act like that. I'm the tough father. Say, look,
Yeah.
dad, you got to understand, you were my dad before, but I'm your father now because I take care of all the needs. So
Yeah.
it's just that the changing hands of God, the changing of God, that's what
Yeah.
I'm doing now.
Yeah, you have a point, and also like I think it's great of you to take that responsibility. I think we have to take this responsibility of looking after our elderly parents as a privilege, not a burden, right? And I think you've taken that
I'm always
responsibility very
thinking,
well.
Ryan, I'm always thinking, I spend a lot of time with him, and spending and looking after him has taught me a lot of things in my life. Once upon
Yeah.
a time, he was a lion.
Right.
That lion has become very feeble.
Yeah.
With age. That's an aging phenomena. But at the same time, the cubs that he gave raised has turned into a lion now. And that lion, I take care of him. So the whole concept of the evolution of life is right here in front of you. You look into
Yeah.
my vlogs, I'm always teasing him, and I don't give him that sense of belief that, look, I should feel odd. No, no, you talk. I give him bath.
Yeah.
He used to refuse taking off his clothes in front of me. I said, Dad, what's wrong with you? You and I, we are same. So I can
Right.
give you a shower. So I just strip him off and I scrub him off and give him a good shower.
Yeah.
Initially, he never used to like it. Now he says, I'm ready. Are we taking shower? 7 in the morning. I say, yeah, yeah. Okay, do it. I do that. But with age, it has also taught me, Ryan, like, I think everybody must understand what I'm trying to do. I want to write some articles, maybe perhaps a little book. I want to say parenting your own parents. It's not
Right.
easy. It's not easy.
Yeah.
It's very
Sure.
difficult. It, at that age, they are your elderlies. You cannot scold them. You cannot
Mm.
raise your voice. But how do you deal with them? These are the psychological part of it. It has given me a new break in life, a new horizon through which my understanding over life is totally different now.
Yeah.
Milan Chams, the director, okay, named a
Yeah.
famous director, I call him Milan Sarkar Bhai.
Right.
He is so impressed with what I'm doing with my father, and he keeps following me on my vlog. We talk practically every day. He said, Maharaj, he calls me Maharaj. He said, Maharaj, let's make a movie on Bau.
Mm.
Oh, sounds very good.
Yeah.
And I said, Bau, who's going to do the Bau? He said, Maharaj, who else? I cannot look for anybody else except you.
Right.
So I started learning the way my father moves, the way he talks, his gestures, his
Yeah.
attitude, his frivolous character, that
Mm.
Chanchalpan. I'm learning. It's getting. Now, hey, I said, why bow? He said, look, everybody's been making movies about Amma, mother. You'd look, international so people make a lot of movie on mothers. But there's not a single movie on father.
Yeah. Exactly.
Hey,
I
it
think
sounded very good. Maybe all the
good story.
Nepalese
Yeah.
diaspora, Nepalese diaspora in Australia should start sponsoring $500, $1,000. Just put in and make it a huge budget and make it. Then
Yeah.
then he comes up with this brilliant idea. I think if I make only bow, then how will I this? Not much. I
Mm.
want to show that chemistry between you and bow. So bow Rama. Wow. My
Right.
father and I.
Yeah.
I said, oh, wow, fine, good. I'm
Mm.
going to do this Baugu role. Fantastic. What a challenge.
Sure. Yeah.
And
It could be a
yeah,
good
and
story.
I told him, like, you go and look around for a character
Mm.
that would suit to become Vijay Lama.
Right.
He did. He did some research. Then finally he comes one day and says, Dai, I found one.
Yeah.
Maharaj Dai, I found one character. Bau Chora ekdam milne bhayo. Father and son is going to be a fantastic match. For you, it's going to be a fantastic match with you as Bau,
Yeah.
And this person has chora. I says, yeah, wow, who is that then? Yeah, of course. I had sleepless night. I couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
And finally, I found one. That chora is you.
Okay.
What? Yeah. Bao is also you. Chora is also you. So you're going to do a double role. And I said, oh my God, this is not good. अब बाउ छोराको डोल रोल नै मैले गर्नुपर्ने अरे and I said why he said look
It's
that
like
nobody
the whole Amitabh Bachchan movies from 60s.
yeah I said that is nobody can do what you can do. I didn't find any match for you and I cannot look for anybody else for Bao as your match because you know him in and out.
Yeah.
The rest of the makeup, prosthetic makeup, things like that, I'll make you look 90 years old. I'll make you look your age. So that's how it's planning, and it's amazing. I'm enjoying every bit of it. And
Right.
managing time, we lie.
Yeah.
I've always emphasized, and I'm a motivational speaker. I'm also a leadership trainer. I do a lot of speeches. I do lectures. I do on Zoom. I connect with people in Canada, not only Nepalese foreigners. I mean, there are Canadians, Americans. So they are also interested in my lifestyle because I do so many things. I act, I sing,
Yeah,
I
you
play
are a
music
man of
instruments.
multitask.
Yeah, and I do a lot of things. They keep on asking me, "How do you manage your time?" It's as simple as that. And this is a message for even your friends all over the world who are watching you, and of course the Australian, your counterparts. You can also show them. Unless and until you learn to value your time, you cannot manage your time.
Yes.
If you don't understand the value of time, period, you cannot. It's just like drinking wine. A person who doesn't know how to drink wine, you give him any brand, does not make any difference. But then they'll just gulp it down. But a person who knows the real essence of wine, how it's prepared, the taste, the tasters,
Yeah.
they will tell you why wine is so special. It's the same thing about time management. For me, and this is for you also, and for all my Australian friends and all around the world. You don't take time one day as 12 hours or 8 hours or 24 hours. Because when 12 hours sounds in hours, it sounds less. One day sounds very small.
Right.
In hours, it sounds slightly bigger. You can convert that into minute, it sounds bigger.
Yeah.
Okay, 1440 minutes. But now you convert that into seconds. That becomes 86,400 seconds. Within that 86,400 seconds, you have enough time to work out. You have enough time for your social work. There's enough time for your family. There's enough time to shower, spa, enough time to have fun, enough time to do things that you want to do. And yet, we do not realize. It's like counting a pulse. What is a life based on? It's based on your heartbeat, right?
Right.
If your heart stops, Ryan, what's going to happen to you? You're a dead man. You're zero. Your value of your life becomes zero. And every heartbeat is about 1 second. And if I ask people, even if I ask how to count seconds, I'm sure, maybe I think you might know, or maybe you don't know. Can I ask you to count 5 seconds for me just now? I will start. I'll say 3, 2, no, wait. When I'll say 3, 2, 1, and give me 5 seconds, okay? 3, 2, 1.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
That is about 7 seconds.
Is it? Okay.
You still don't know. And you are the slower one. Most of the people, they say, okay, I can count. They'll say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? That's what they say. But look, there's a technique of counting your seconds or so. You add 1,000 in front of 1, 1,002, 1,003, 1,004, 1,005. That is 5 seconds.
Oh, that's a good idea. I didn't know that. Okay. Yeah.
I know that because I'm an aviator. When I lose my engines, when I have to recover both the engines, every second counts, every microsecond counts.
Right.
So if I can recover my dead engines within 5 to 10 seconds, why can't you recover your own system within 86,400 seconds?
Right. So, Vijay, I mean, you got all these like great values, like the work ethic, the value for time, and all. Um, where did you get these values from? Like, did you have a really good upbringing? I mean, I know about your dad. I don't know much about your mom. Like, uh,
Awesome mom. My late mom.
yeah,
Wow, awesome mom. I lost her in 1997. She was
yeah,
just 53 years old. I was the closest, but for me, my upbringing was awesome because I come from a very normal, simple family. It's not a very high flown, we work to achieve. In my
right,
home, with my parents, we are more like academically and sports wise,
yeah,
very much on a pinnacle. Okay.
okay,
So, very raised very well with a lot of discipline
mm,
and a lot of information
okay,
and a lot of positiveness in life. We
yeah,
struggled, but then my mother is the backbone. Of course, my father, who was a hard-working guy, disciplined and tough guy, a very cocky guy, not very close with us. But mom was the key instrument player in our bringing all of us. But I happen to be the unique freak in the family. I like doing everything, you know.
right.
So
Like, can
for
I say
me,
you're from a middle class
as a
family?
child,
Because I know.
as a child,
Mm,
as a child, I used to be a very sickly child. I used to get sick all the time,
okay.
and because of that, I nearly died 4 times. Then later on in my life, as an aviator, I nearly collapsed one time. Then again, last year, the corona nearly took me off. You know, so
Yeah,
all these incidents has given me a very different outlook on life. You know, life is
yeah.
full of.
That's why you value time so much. Because,
So I use my time.
yeah.
I utilize my time, and
You,
amazing it is, but
mm. So
that
it's
is the truth.
you think that every day is a new beginning for you. Like it's like
I
a
live
second.
24 hours. I
Yeah,
live 24 hours. I live 86,400 seconds only. And I add another 86,400 seconds because I live the day as if I'm not going to live next day. So that gives me the value of life, you know, value of my time.
right,
And you
right.
never know what is there in store for you tomorrow. I
Mm.
always challenge people, you know, if you're in your own good sense, if you're so strong and powerful, so give me in writing when you go to sleep. Ryan, even I can ask him, give me in writing. Just say, Vijay, thank you for the day. Good night. I'll wake up alive tomorrow. See you. If you're in good sense, you will never give me that because you don't know when you go to sleep what's happening. There's a saying, you know,
Mm.
this is a quote from, I think, Mahatma Gandhi. Every night I go to sleep, I die. When I wake up, I'm reborn. That
Right.
is my life.
Yeah. Sure. How did you end up being a pilot? There's a saying in Nepali that गरिबको छोरो बिग्रियो भने पाइलट बन्छ ड्राइभर बन्छ धनीको छोरो बिग्रियो भने पाइलट बन्छ and I believe you're from a middle class family too because your dad had a car then like you used to drive all the way from India to Nepal and all so is that correct like you're a dhani bog chhora and then you ended up becoming pilot.
How did I become pilot? I always I had always aspired to become a pilot as a child also. That was my dream to become a pilot.
Yeah.
But in the course of time, as I started growing older, my teenage life, I had problem with my eyes. So I thought with weak eyes, you're not allowed to become a pilot.
Yeah.
Then suddenly, when I acted in Adarsh Nari, a movie made by my father, that was the time when I wore that uniform and I was so inspired to become a pilot. You know? I got saluted, I got wished, greeted by real airline crew members, all the policemen, you know, all the police security forces there. They're saluting me and giving me those. And I said, "Oh!" I like this uniform, and
Right.
that's how instantly it turned around. And I
Uh,
saw myself in my dream, one night after the completion of Marathon ceremony, I saw myself in the uniform like a flyer. Then in the
yeah.
morning, I woke up and I spoke to my mom. I said, I want to be a pilot. I saw myself first. She said, yeah, sure. Then that's it. And next day in the morning, my dad was a fearsome guy.
Right.
He was a very tough guy. He calls me, Vijay, come here. And the funny part in my home that was we never conversed in Nepali. Our first language was always English. Can you
Really?
imagine that?
No wonder your English
Yeah.
is so good.
We always had English as our first language, even to this day, except for my sister. She
Yeah.
also does, but all my brothers, myself, my father, and my cousins, we only converse in English. It's amazing. That is the way we've been raised.
Okay.
And dad called me and says, Vijay, come here. Yes, I believe you wanted to become a pilot. Uh, he's a cocky guy. I said, no, no, no. I said, who told you? He goes like, hello, I'm asking you a question. I said, yeah, yeah. I said, no, 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 no. Mom is just making a joke out of me. No, no. So I walked off. Again, he called me back. He said, you want to become? You better study first. I said, okay, I was doing bachelor's. Then I said, I promised him that I'll come back and continue on with my studies. Then suddenly everything happened in a very short time. And that's how I went to Texas. I stayed there, I worked there, I earned there. Everything was boom, boom, boom. And that's how I became a pilot.
Right. Okay. So you were basically attracted by the glamour of piloting and the dress.
Yeah, the power of that uniform.
Yeah.
Power
Sure.
of that. Yeah.
There's also another saying that piloting is नेपालीमा भन्छु ल म piloting एउटा यस्तो पेसा हो जुन पेसामा अर्काको बुढलाई पनि ढुक्कै उडाउन पाइन्छ अरे. So as a pilot, I'm sure you work with all these beautiful air hostesses, all the time. Like, can I ask you, like, did you had any affairs with any of the air hostesses? Or
No,
did
it's never like that.
you
Life is full of experience in life. Sometimes you experience here, you experience that. You know, my concept, my theory about my uniform was the pride that I always wanted to carry on with that.
Yeah.
And I have respected my uniform to the utmost level.
Right.
I take pride in telling if there is one pilot who wears his uniform perfectly, properly, with dignity, I think I'm one of them. Out of that very few, I'm one of them who wears his uniform with dignity, pride, and respect.
Okay. So there's no
So
stain in your.
personal feelings and personal ideas and personal vision,
Yeah.
of being diverted towards different area does not count when you actually hold the uniform and wear it properly with full responsibility.
Right.
I'm a very responsible person with my uniform. And
Yeah.
I've always believed in that. And I will retire the same way with
Right.
responsibility.
But it's been hard to believe though, like because you're a man with such a charisma and you're like a bit of alpha male. So there's
No,
always
I think that I'm sure there are many,
alpha
many,
male.
many, many liked me. There's no doubt. It's not that they didn't like me. The question was, I've always been a very professional person.
Yeah.
Uniform is to be worn with dignity and pride. And when you start mixing your personal issues within a uniform, and that's when you taint your uniform. Never
Right.
believed in that.
Right. Sure. And talking about your career as a pilot, like I'm sure I think you did some really critical missions. You did rescue flights. Um, do you remember, like, is there any occasion which you remember every day, like that you're proud of?
Yeah, I do. Um,
Can you
if you
share?
ask me, I enjoyed doing my domestic days, flying that 19-seater twin otter.
Yeah,
I did all the remote areas practically every day. 12 to 14 takeoffs and landings every day. I will never forget that. There's so many events that I cannot forget.
yeah,
And in international sector, of course, I would never forget one major flight that I did. 3 flights to Australia, joining 2 continents,
yeah.
from Nepal to Australia. It was something I will never forget. And the
Yeah,
emotions and
that's also a
sentiments,
historical flight, isn't it?
that I received and got carried
Yeah,
were carried by the passengers and all my Nepalese brothers and sisters and all the passengers on board my flight. I mean, those are huge feelings. It's going to be in my book also.
right. So,
And this Vinod Paudel is Bhai. Wow, amazing. He even recorded my cockpit announcement. I
mm.
think that became viral in Australia. He put it
Yeah,
on.
yeah,
Yeah,
you were on national TV. Yeah, on
yeah.
ABC, I saw you on the news.
And Craig Allen from Australian television. What was it? ABC, NBC? I don't know.
ABC.
ABC.
Yeah,
I got interviewed when I was doing that. I did live from WhatsApp. It was amazing. That was a good feeling, Ryan. That was a good feeling.
yeah.
My 34 years of my career,
Mm,
that's one hell of a hat trick for me.
right. You also rescued some mountaineers from Everest base camp or something. Was that an acting in the movie or was it for real?
That is from the movie, Hollywood movie called Everest. But I've
Oh,
done a lot of rescue flights
yeah.
from Lukla, from Haplu, from Humla, from Jumla. I've done a lot of rescue flights, lot of
Oh,
rescue flights.
yeah.
But in Everest, it's in a helicopter. It's a different thing. That's from the movie. But
No,
people know me as a rescue flyer also.
yeah. Sure. Actually, I was just watching a video, your blog on YouTube this afternoon, and I saw you taking a helicopter flight to Humla or somewhere.
No,
Jum-
this is Helambo.
Colombo, sorry, to deliver those, nutrition packs for the COVID victims, right?
All the rations, food,
Yeah, yeah,
and these are all for the landslide victims, flood victims above Melanchi,
right.
where they are having acute shortages. And thank you, Team Australia, with you all. We had some fun. We have been receiving some funds also. We have been putting in our funds together and trying to feed people all around Nepal. If nobody does, Nyanapan will do it. So
Yeah,
thank
I
you,
mean,
Ryan.
we're so
This is
proud to
where
have
I
you
want
as a
to.
partner.
This is where I
Um,
really want to thank you, setting up a world record for eating momo. That is
yeah,
fun.
that was fun, wasn't it? I
You set
think
world record, right?
from Guinness, world record. We've already submitted all the proof, and you know how many video evidence we had? Like about 400.
Wow.
400 people recorded the video and sent it to us as a proof.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah.
Amazing. So,
We had more than 2,500 people participate.
see,
And,
we set the world record. We set
yes,
the world record.
we did. We just have to get recognized by GWR, like Guinness World Record now. And then I'm sure if that happens, we'll be able to get a lot of publicity for Nyanapan as well.
Amazing. Not only that, right now, let me get back to that. I'm really pressing hard on you and your team in Australia. You have to start setting up Nyanapan Australia immediately because we're setting up Nyanapan USA, Nyanapan UK,
Yeah.
Nyanapan Hong Kong, Nyanapan Japan. Likewise, we are doing South Pradesh, 7 states here. Pradesh 1, Pradesh 2, Pradesh 3. We're setting up all our uh, team from different Pradesh, and of course the central governing this main wing is Nyanapan Nepal will be the umbrella for your uh, work for all this setting up, so that we have Nyanopon team all around, all over the world. As and when, if there should be anything good, bad, ugly, we join hands and serve the nation, serve the people.
Definitely, it will be our pleasure to work with you. Like, there are a lot of charities, well-known charities, but the problem with them is um, they end up spending, like, 70 to 80% of the donation for themselves in the
Not in our
logistics,
case. You
for
see,
management, for
not see that.
marketing.
Not in our case. Not in our
Whereas,
case.
yeah, with Nyanapan, like almost everything, like 100% of the donations going to the
It
victim,
does.
right? And,
It
and
does.
and you being out there doing all the frontline work yourself, like, and you've been preparing all these vlogs and everything, so there's a proof that the money is going to the actual people who deserving it, so which is really good. That's very good for our
Bullseye.
marketing as well.
That
Mhm.
is the bullseye. You hit the bullseye.
Yeah.
Because I always said, seeing is believing.
Yes.
And now we already have another, we keep having missions after mission. Then this is the reason why we want to set up. My whole vision about Nyanapon is not about me.
Yeah.
It's about all of us. It's about you, Ryan. It's about Team Australia, Deepesh. It's about your teammates there.
Yeah. Ashish
I think,
Acharya, the pace,
yeah,
and
yeah. Sorry, Ashish also. It's all about creating a Nyanopon there to unite all the Nepalese together. Leave aside caste, leave aside tribe, leave aside religion, leave aside your status. Be one as Nepali, one Dika. That's what we are trying to do. At the end of the day, we all are Nepalese. At the end of the day, we all are human beings. For
yeah.
humanity, Nyanopon is the only name that should be
Yeah.
circulated throughout the world.
Yeah, sure. I think Yanupan should borrow that saying from JFK, like, don't ask,
Ask not what your country can do for you, ask
yeah,
what you can do for your
ask what you
country.
can do for your country, and every individual can make a difference, and
Yes.
everyone should try. So that's what
Jnanapan is
you're doing.
Jnanapan is Jai Chandra Surya.
Yeah.
Jai Chandra Surya is, without sun and moon, there's no value of the galaxy,
Right.
the universe.
Yeah.
Okay, that is the slogan. And I say, we believe in saving one life. Saving one life is saving the universe. We believe in that, and that
Yeah.
is Jnanapan.
Exactly. Um, But like, actually, at the moment, I know you are handing out all these rations and nutrition packs, which is the demand of the day because of the COVID crisis. But are you doing something that is more like an investment in people's skills? Like, there's a
Yeah, we
saying,
are we are working on with it. We
man
are
a
working
fish,
on.
you'll feed him for a day. And if you
Yeah,
teach him
we
how
are
to
doing. We
fish,
are doing now. Now our next mission is to build 20 prefab houses for visually impaired,
yeah,
highly educated, but poor families. So that
right,
when we give them, they can sustain their life. They can do a lot of things. We
yeah,
are looking into the government giving us land so that we can construct these 20 houses, for which I will ask help from you and Nanopan Australia and everybody to join hands. We
mm,
have already, during the earthquake time, we constructed about 54 sheds. We call that those removable sheds, but like a house with that truss and those zinc sheets and everything. We gave 54 houses, thanks to Dr. Wong from United States of America, Colonel,
right,
retired Colonel Doctor, and we have been very active. Right, we have been active. Now we want to work on with uh, the women empowerment, and at the same time, we also want to work with the youth empowerment projects. And when we work with the youth empowerment project and the women empowerment project, that is where we will start working on with the skill development,
yes,
so that And we want to create new projects in where a single woman can do their own farming, live, sustain their life, educate their children, and be happy, be part of Nanopod. It's
Exactly.
not about just giving them ration. This is the need of the time because they don't have anything to eat. So there's a saying, rogle bhanda bhogle manchi mornu aatyo. So just to save people from bhog and the death from bhog, you know, we are working on with rations. But at the same time, look what we are doing. We are we are going to create another channel very soon. We'll be educating +2 free of cost. They will enroll in us. They don't have to pay money, but they will sign a contract with us. Once they are done with the +2, when they go to the college and once they start working, then after that time, that cost of +2, minimal cost, when they start earning, start putting back into Nyanupon account so that we can educate more people.
Right. Sure, exactly. I mean, education is power, and as you said, women empowerment is also uh, so important because in Nepal, a lot of the women, they are not educated,
No,
and
we want
they
to
don't
educate
have
them.
income. But if you can teach them some like cottage industries, some
We
business,
will work. Help us.
yeah.
Ryan, now you're Team Australia, Nyanupon
Oh,
Australia,
people
you and
have
your group.
this,
Help
Vijay.
us
Yeah,
out with
but
that.
a lot of times, even if you are running a charity, it's actually a business. So as they say, business of business is business. Even if you're not making profit, I think you should try to be self-sustainable as well, right?
True, true.
I think you should encourage some like entrepreneurism. Try and help people earn income.
We
So
have
it's
a lot of people coming in now. I'm actually moving on, helping, motivating young generation. Look what happened. This is we just received a check just now on my way back home.
yeah,
A young group of entrepreneurs they called me and gave me 100,000 rupees for
right,
my for our next project, Helambu
okay,
Artyom project, to feed all these people. And I've been emphasizing on motivating the young and upcoming generation, the future of this country. Through
mm,
Nanopon, we are doing that. It's not only about serving the poor people. Nanopon is not only for the poor people. Nanopon is also for those filthy rich people also, just to make them understand. Look, what is money worth if you don't know how to spend it well?
right, yeah,
So it's not only, there'll be a disbalance. If I keep saying, no, I'll work only for the poor and the downtrodden. No, no, no. I want to work with the rich and the filthy rich people also. Bring the
yeah,
balance together. When you balance, and that is when the nation starts growing.
yeah, sure.
Otherwise, it will not grow.
But there is a saying. I mean, it's actually a fact. It's the poor people who donate more than the rich people. That's what they found in the
Yeah,
Western country.
because the rich people know the value of money. They know
Yes.
where to spend. They know where to eat good food. They know where to buy good stuff. They know where to go spend money and have fun. So they
No,
will save
also
that,
it's the
still
poor
save that
people.
for themselves.
Yeah, poor people can empathize with the poor people.
Yes, because
So
they
they
feel the
know,
pain.
like
They
how.
empathize because they go through that also.
Yeah, exactly. So if you're trying to get donations, I know you're targeting rich people, but at the same time,
No,
if you
I'm
target
not.
poor
I'm
people,
not targeting.
more
This is
successful.
where I never target the rich people because they are not my concern. I believe in the people, those who give me even 1 rupee or $1
Yeah,
with a feeling, a sense of belief that Nanopon is the organization through which their dollar will reach the right people, not the rich ones.
right.
Rich ones are the ones who will promise you, but they will never fulfill their promises.
Yeah, the rich ones don't donate. They're always looking for transaction. They want something in return, right?
To
Yeah. And Bijay, you're doing all this wonderful stuff. But the thing is, like, you can use your skill, your charisma, your leadership qualities if you come into Nepalese mainstream politics in a more bigger scale. Have you thought about joining politics?
Oh, I have definitely once I retire.
Yeah,
But what I'm doing just now, right, is nothing but policy making.
yeah,
I'm I'm putting myself in the front line, showing people how one can motivate, how one can work, how one can move forward to helping others improve their livelihood
yeah.
in terms of the daily
Mm,
lifestyle, in terms of education, in terms of resource management.
right.
I'm doing that. And if you look at it, this is like politics.
Mm,
I'm trying to convince everybody the right way of living.
yeah. But you
What's
can't do
happening
it at
now?
grand
Why you
scale.
are so fed up? Why the Nepalese people, Nepalese fraternity is so fed up of politics in Nepal is you see it's, you know, yesterdays of all those big politicians of Nepal now.
Yeah.
They used to come in chappals, slippers. They had
Mm.
nothing. They had one bag. But now they have huge mansions in Nepal. That's
Yeah.
in Kathmandu. Probably one of the
This would bank
most
balance in
expensive,
Swiss
expensive
banks.
real estate value in the world.
Yeah.
And they have mansions there. They ride vehicles worth
Mm.
millions and millions of rupees, and
Yeah.
they still go free, scot
Mm.
free.
Mm.
So, for me, I'm doing politics in convincing people. I'm doing politics in bringing the people to the right track of leading proper life
Yeah.
through which tomorrow's future is all dependent.
Yeah. But if you do it as an individual, you can only make smaller differences. But if you are in the policy making, like for
So,
example,
do you believe so? I don't believe that. I'm sorry, I differ with you, Ryan.
if you are the leader of Nepal, let's say, given a chance, you become the prime minister of Nepal, right? So you can be a prime minister like, Lee Kuan Yew of Singapore or Xi Jinping of China. You can make a policy that attracts foreign investment, right? You can have policies, where you provide free education for the whole country, not just like small pockets of people through charity, right? And I think you have that charisma, and I think you should join one of the major parties. I mean, if
Well,
you start your own party, maybe you will never be a prime minister because you will never be able to get the majority in your lifetime, right?
listen, Ryan, there will be a time in our country, there's going to be a direct election
Yeah,
for Prime Minister and President of Nepal. So far, Nepal has never got one. Nepal and Nepalese people have never received or has had the opportunity to say, this president is ours or this prime minister is ours. They
yeah,
are either Congress president or communist government president or Congress prime minister or communist prime minister. Where is the prime minister for Nepal?
yeah,
Where's the
exactly.
prime minister that is for all parties?
Mm,
Where's the prime minister for all religion? Where's the prime minister for all pradesh? Where's the president that is for all religion, all genders, all Nepalese? We don't
mm,
have it. Trust
yes,
me, we are fighting for it. Definitely. If not for prime minister, definitely there's going to be a direct election system for president of Nepal. And when that comes in, that president is going to be one hell of a powerful president.
right.
And I said, I differed with you. One man cannot change, right? I
Yeah,
say one man can change. There was only one Buddha. Buddha changed the entire concept and theory of what religious doctrine is supposed to be. Jesus Christ changed. There's only one Jesus Christ. There's only one Muhammad. There's only one Hitler. There's only one Alexander. There's only one, there's only one. There's only one Mahatma Gandhi. There's only one Nelson Mandela. It takes time for good things. Today, if I ask you, Ryan, if I honestly ask you, tell me one special event the happy moment that you can think of and tell me. Can you just tell me? You'll start scratching. People normally don't remember happy stuff. They forget. Okay? But if I ask you about something that really happened to you in life, occurred bad, then, oh, yeah, I remember this. We are filled with only negative thought process in our lives. Come out of that. We do it.
Yeah,
Last time
exactly.
I told Dipesh, you went to Australia. I know the pain behind all those days, how you relocated yourself from Nepal to Australia, the struggles that you're going through. And Ryan, I'm sure your story is not less.
Yeah,
Your story is not less.
everyone
You
has a
didn't go
story.
to Australia because you wanted to go there.
Yes.
You went there probably because you seek for better opportunities in life.
Mm.
All you need is one little thing called that thought process, soch,
Yeah.
that positiveness. You know, oil was found, I think, before in Africa before uh, the Arab nation, right?
Yeah.
What doesn't Africa have? Everything:
Yeah,
the
Africa is the
country,
richest country in the world.
mountains,
There's so many natural
hills,
resources,
and
but
the
we don't have a
natural
leader.
resources, everything. But
Yeah.
where is Africa compared to the other rest of the world? You know why? All because of lack of
Leadership.
leadership.
Because they
The
have
same
all the
thing,
puppets.
and same thing with Nepal.
Mm.
Nepal is a land with everything but nothing.
Mm.
You talk about UAE is a land of nothing with everything.
Yeah. Sure. But at the moment, Nepal is in such a position where it can benefit so much from India and China, Its strategy
Simple,
is good.
simple thing. It's a simple chemistry. It's a simple calculus, simple physics.
Yeah.
There are two burning economy,
Mm.
growing, burning, that heat economy. The industry of the world is China and India. And how come Nepal is still cold?
Because the
How can
students
how
is
come we are not even warm? How come we are not even warm? How come we can? Because our leaders, they lack that vision.
Mm. Yeah.
They lack.
So are you saying that democracy is not good? So we need
I
someone like
never
an
say that.
autocrat?
Democracy is always good for the people, of the people, by the people. But
Yeah.
democracy can only be good when there is education, when we have the bigger mass
Yeah.
in educated periphery.
Yeah.
Okay? But democracy with the percentage in education is this little
Mm.
means there's somebody always exploiting the situation. And that is what is happening in our country.
Yeah.
But I will tell you, I'm not so hopeless, but I'm hopeful because the new generation, look at yourself and your generation below you. You all are well exposed, you are well educated, you have seen the world. Now, this is the time for the younger generation to come, step forward, stop following,
Mm.
start leading now.
Yeah. Exactly. Everyone has to be a leader, and then only
But
uh,
what kind of a leader? What kind of a leader? Not that kind of leader. The whole concept of leadership has changed.
lead by example. I think someone
We
who is a
live
doer like
by
you.
example, but not only that. What I say is, I don't like that leader who goes right in the front and starts pulling everybody up.
Yeah.
No, I'm not that kind of leader. I will stay right behind at the end of the road with the last person, and I'll push that last person up to the peak. Then I climb, and I said, I led all of them.
Right.
I will
Sure.
not say I pulled them. I led them.
Like to lead from behind.
Yes, the
Okay.
concept has to change.
Yeah. Sure.
अहिले
This
के भएको छ
thing.
हाम्रो देशमा अहिले के भएको छ हाम्रो देशमा
अब अहिले हेर्नु नयाँ
गाउँघरमा
प्रधानमन्त्री।
भएको गाउँघरमा भएका गाउँघरमा केही खान नपाएका नेताहरूको काठमाडौँ यत्रो घर कसरी आयो हु इज
Mm.
अकाउन्टेबल फर द्याट
Yeah, there has to be some audit and accountability.
वेयर इज अकाउन्टेबिलिटी एन्ड
Mm.
यु नो इन स्विट्जरल्यान्ड दे केम अप द अमाउन्ट अफ मनी हेज डबल
Yeah.
Nepalese deposit.
Right.
Who's accountable? Nepal is surviving because we have people like you all, my brothers and sisters living outside Nepal, sending remittance here, surviving in remittance.
Yeah.
How much medicine do we buy? And how much do we export? We don't. We can produce our own medicines here.
Mm.
Look what we do. We have enough electricity. We can create enough electricity. And yet this government is charging double, triple the amount of money on taxes for electric vehicles.
Yeah.
Why? All commissions.
Exactly.
You don't need to do anything. Just bring one change. You'll get it.
Yeah, sure. I think, one of the things that Nepali government can do is make electricity really cheap for foreign investors, because electricity is energy and every manufacturing business needs a lot of energy, right? So if they can get cheap energy, they will all come to Nepal. They will probably outsource from India and China to Nepal as well. And
Absolutely.
we can be so much richer, right? But because
You
the leaders don't have that vision, and they are just worried about winning the
so
next election, very short term vision.
okay.
The
This is
political,
where I'm coming. This is where I'm coming. Ryan, you, Vijay Lama, me, we must stop complaining about all the leaders now. You know why? We have we are responsible in making them where what they are today. We have to come out of our cocoon of that comfort zone and
yeah,
said, look, enough is enough. Time to lead, time to carry our flag, time to recognize us, each other as Nepalese, not as Jat, not as Dharma, not as, the sectarian.
yeah,
But for that, here, it's called positive thinking. That's the only thing that will help us. Other than that, nothing. And I'm always hopeful. The day ends with night. It's dark, but it starts with brightness. That brightness, and I have always believed, and I am a firm believer of the fact, even in the darkest of the darkest night, I look for that spark, that little, and that spark gives me the value of life, gives me that understanding. Look, I have future. Okay,
right,
I can come out of this darkness. It's just like I want to tell you a story before I close off now.
yeah,
There are four candles: one prosperity, one hope, one wealth, and one fun time. Okay, one of the in Nepal, let's put it, they those are candles. The candle of prosperity flames out; it shuts itself. The wealth also shuts itself. All this industry and then other stuff also shuts. But the hope is still on, the light of hope.
yes. That's
You know,
that's the most important thing, isn't it?
yeah, hope. And says,
Yeah, happy days
then
ahead.
the other person says, why are you doing this? You
Hmm.
should also shut down because Nepal is looking bad. There's no hope for you. It
Hmm.
says, look, my name is Asha.
Yeah,
Ash. Asha. My name is hope. There is nothing bigger than hope in life.
yeah,
Even the worst of the worst time, you have to hope for the
sure.
right hope.
Mhm. Yeah,
If
and
you
that's what
start
I tell
feeling
my friends as
hopeless,
well.
if you start feeling hopeless in life, that is where you are as good as dead. So a
Yes.
living being will never cease to hope. I never
Yeah.
cease to hope. I hope for the best.
I think there's a very bright future for Nepal, right? You know, and as a non-resident Nepali, I think we shouldn't be actually complaining about Nepal. We should be saying good things about Nepal to other,
Of
people
course, Nepal
overseas.
is a beautiful country. Come here.
Yeah,
We give them everything. We may
and
not be
actually,
the most
to be
advanced
honest,
country in the world, but we are the most advanced people in terms of hospitality.
exactly.
We are the most advanced people in terms of fresh water. We're the most advanced people in terms of climate. We have sub-zero climate, Everest. We have more than 50 degrees at Dhangari and Mannagar. We have rivers, we have hills, we have mountains, we have snow-peaked mountains, we have dry stone mountains, we have religions, so many, harmony in diversity. We have cultures, traditions. What do you want?
Yeah.
We share our happiness. We are nice, soft-hearted people. It's only few people that are corrupt. Just because few people are corrupt does not mean that Nepal is corrupt.
To be honest,
you and I, we must stop selling Mount Everest, must stop selling Pashupatinath, must stop selling Buddha. Everybody knows about that. Start selling our hospitality. Start selling our minerals. Start selling our brains. And start selling our, welcomeness.
Sure.
That
they just need opportunity. If you look at Nepali people overseas, wherever they go, they do so well. In Australia, you will be surprised to know that Nepal is in the second ranking in the most economically successful migrant population.
I've never been to Australia. I've only flown in.
Yeah.
You all got to invite me there.
Yo, definitely. This time when you come here, you have to come out of the airport. Like last time, I think you just came to the airport and you went back.
I've never been to Australia.
Right.
It's my dream to come there one day, definitely. And Ryan, it's time for me to call off now also because I have another Zoom meeting coming up very soon.
Sure. Yeah, I think we spent more than an hour already.
Yep.
So I think that was a wonderful chat. I really wanted to talk to you about some other stuff as well. I don't think we'll have to do it again.
Do that again. Anytime you call me, let me know. Put in a word. Just send in. And please start working on with Nanopan Australia, Team Australia immediately. Do not waste because this is the right time. We are blessed to be able to serve our own people throughout Nepal,
Sure. Thank you very much for all that hard work. And I want to thank your deputy Apura Thapaji as well. I think she's a wonderful coordinator. She's doing a very good job too.
Thanks to her and Pasang Norbu Bhai. He's our general secretary. We have a fantastic team. We call ourselves musketeers, three musketeers. Although we have many other teammates, but three of us are the ones who are totally into all, and we've been doing magic at the moment. So you have helped us in our magic. Let us give some more magic to this country and change the face.
Yep.
And always say Jai Chandra Surya.
Jai Chandra Surya. And we want to see you as a Prime Minister one day soon.
Yeah, your prayers are going to be there. Your good wishes. Who knows? You never know.
Yeah, it's possible. You got everything you need to be in that position.
There is a saying, Ryan. To dream is not a crime, but not to dream is a crime.
Yeah.
So I have a dream that one day I would love to serve my nation through the wings of the government. I have a dream that one day I want to see all Nepalese together with the wings of love. I have a dream to see all my Nepalese brothers and sisters all around the world prosperous with the thought of positiveness floating in their mind. And I have a dream to see a developed Nepal where nothing is impossible, to reach or get with the wings of that positive thought. I am possible.
Exactly.
Jai Chandra Surya.
Dream and your dream will come true. Thank you very much, Vijay. And I would like to thank my audience too.
Thank you.
We had a very interesting chat. We'll see you again one day soon. Okay, bye for now. Namaste, everyone. Bye.
Bye. See you, bye. Thank you so much. Take care. Ciao.